Gators have been waiting and waiting, and finally the moment is coming and the opening of the season. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The Buckeyes offense takes the field for the first time today. They are going to be greeted rather rudely, I guess, by a group of defensive linemen that wreak havoc and hunt down quarterbacks, Jesse.
And they wreck games. They take away everything you do offensively. So it's a huge challenge in this one, David, for this offensive coordinator to try to call plays and find ways to get the football away from these big fellas up front because they take games over.
And get the ball out quick. Like when you've got a defensive line that can penetrate, they can get TFLs, get sacks. It's going to be on this offensive line to buy a little bit of time, but also the ball to come out quick, win in the secondary right now.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Dropping back, it's Sayed. Quarterback adapted. Just couldn't find an open man. He'll get rid of it, and it'll be 2nd down. This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season that you look. You're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged, but when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better? You're going to get a lot of answers today.
And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Wide open downfield. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the 1st down. And the Buckeyes are on the move. Looking to throw on 1st down. Just a hair too much on it from this big-arm sophomore quarterback. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Trying play action. Lions on the move. He is lucky to get that one back, and the last thing you want is to turn it over on your opening drive.
Oh, that hit him in a bad spot, right in the hands. Great play. You still get a pass breakup, but, man, that could have been an interception by the defender there. Nice break on the football, but secure that big fella and get the 6. Get the pick 6.
This offense has moved into plus territory, and they want to keep the heat on. They'll go for it on 4th down. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs. So Florida's offense headed onto the field. Our first look at them today. And the story is going to be in this one. Will this quarterback be able to operate before that big fella on the defensive front gets right in his grill, Jesse?
And listen, he's one of the best quarterbacks in the country, but he better play with the clock in his head in this one. He's not going to have a lot of time. A lot of quarterbacks around the SEC that probably felt this way back when they played the Georgia Bulldogs and David Pollock, right?
Yeah, especially those real teams with Jordan Davis and Nolan Smith and Jalen Carter. But, like, here's what's fun. You can't throw the ball off your back. And that's what this guy's going to try to do. Get to the quarterback, affect him. The bottom line is every quarterback becomes really human when you hit him. Can he hit him and make him human?
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Scanning the field, it's Flagway. Get it out on the screen. And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there. The horseshoe is rocking, trying to help their defense on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. With the catch, it's Wilson. Turning it on. And he
privilege to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short, and he did the rest of the work.
They'll get things started on this drive from the 24. Wants to go up top on first down. Caught behind the line. It's ball. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. Quarterback making adjustments. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. Got a little time, lets it go. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing. Let's talk just for a second about Ohio State. Really interesting matchup here. It's always fun when the top two teams in the conference get to square off in the regular season. With all the expansion, it's become a little bit of a rarity, hasn't it?
It has. Obviously, there's so many teams in each conference, but head-to-head still very much matters. So if you're sitting, obviously, at the top like these teams are, the head-to-head this day will really matter down the road.
Yeah, this was a game we circled way back in the preseason, expecting these two teams to be as good as they are, and now we get to find out who's the best in conference. Both these teams relishing this opportunity to show not only their opponent, but the rest of the conference who the top dog is.
They'll run play action. Gonna let it fly. And they wanted it all on third down, but now dealing with fourth down. The Buckeyes will line up to punt it away. They'll boot it into the night sky for the first time. Take the return out of the equation in this rainy weather. Fair catches signaled for and made. They'll open this drive from their own 42-yard line. Off the play fake on first down. Here's a hit. Intercepted to stop the threat. Trying to take it back. They make the tackle after the turnover, but hang on just a second. There's a flag on the field. Let's see if it stands. So the offense, more than happy with the result of the play, will decline the penalty. They'll send the back in motion. Looking to pass. It's Sayin. Swings it out to his running back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Working well behind the sticks on second down. Wants to go up top. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly. Let's see what they find in the playbook for third and long from the 43. From the gun, wants to pass. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and fourth down's coming. The Buckeyes will call on their punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Fair catch is made, and they'll mark it at the 19. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. Draw play, quarterback keeps it. Stopped at the 25 after a 5-yard gain.
All right, great little run there. Listen, it wasn't phenomenal. Didn't get a first down, but what does it do? Now it makes second down easier. The play caller looking at his sheet going, all right, I can throw it, I can run it. Still in a great position, but he still ahead of the chance.
And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Here comes his home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. That's reeled in. It's Jackson. He stopped right at the 22, and that'll bring us to fourth down. And the Gators will send out the punt unit. They'll boot it away for the first time tonight. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. They'll put the ball in play from just inside their own 40 at the 39. Now they'll run it on the toss. And there was nowhere to go. Just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Sends it back in motion. Back to throw. It's Sayin. Oh, it's picked off. He was looking for that big return to go with the pick, but he'll set him up in business at the 36. This offense has it with really good field position. The hand to the running back. Takes it the other way. Knocked down at the 25-yard line. Picked up 10 there and gets a first down. They'll need to show urgency to get another play off before the clock hits 0. Looking to throw on first down. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. There he goes! We've come to the end of the quarter, and it's Florida on top. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we've played one period. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game in the second quarter. The Gators with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Here's the handoff. Hard running there. Running on the Jets. Stopped at the 13-yard line as the drive continues. The Gators with the 1st and 10. They're going to ride this running back. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. Second down coming up in this red zone opportunity. Looking to fire. Finds his big tight end. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. With him up to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Catched in the middle, it's Livingston. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. And they'll send out the field goal unit. This whole play is going to see if this kicker can operate in a sea of noise. Absolutely perfect. And now the lead is even bigger.
Well, the head coach decided to play it safe on 4th and inches and trot his field goal team out there, and his field goal kicker just made him look like a pretty smart guy.
Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. They really need to find a way to generate some kind of offense down 10-0. Got it in the middle, it's Peoples. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. Might be changing the route. Looking to throw, it's Sayin. Dances away. Slings it downfield. That is just a sideline play. Roll, catch, toe drag, everything you want. This is one of the great atmospheres in the sport, but this crowd demands to be entertained, and they are entertained right now.
Yeah, when you got playmakers that you can throw the ball to down the field like Ohio State does consistently every year, you always expect this. This fan base goes nuts because year after year they have elite playmakers.
They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. First down here for the offense. Wants to go up top. Under fire. And he's left with no option. He just threw it away.
Like the job by the defense there in coverage. They took every option away from the quarterback. He was outside of the pocket, nowhere to go with it, so they forced the incompletion throw.
Here comes the heat. Trying to escape and get it. What's up? Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
And when you're on defense and it's wet and it's rainy, you know exactly what time it is. That ball gets a little heavier. It gets a little slicker. You're trying to get to that thing. You know you get your hand on it. There's a good chance it's coming out. Nice job by the defense forcing it to assist on the way.
Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on first down. Bunch formation for these receivers. Looking downfield on first down. And he throws down the gut of the defense. It's incomplete.
I understand the quarterback wants to get this dominant dictate who gets the ball. There was somebody else open on that play.
Hang on, Sloopy. The Buckeye crowd alive on third down. Back to throw. It's Flagway. Finds his man. It's Ball. He gets it inside the 20 to the 19, but they still have a ways to go, and it'll be fourth down. And for the second time tonight, they'll try out the field goal kicker. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Colorado is ahead early in Boulder, but that's not exactly Cordell Stewart out there. This game is a long way from being over. They're up by 7 over Georgia Tech. We are the eyes and ears of the college football fan, and we've got you covered all day here in studio, guys.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Let's it fly! And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and third down is coming. Trying to pick up a first down. On third down, he drops the throw. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. They'll run it. It's Ball. Headed to the end zone. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Gator!
And this offense is firing on all cylinders right now. Starting the year, game one, creating a little bit of a pad and separation at the end of this first half. But you can see why so many people are really excited about this offense this season.
He'll start the return inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Wants to throw. It's Sayin. Flushed out of the pocket. Let's it fly. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Quarterback may change this route. Just a hair too much on it from this big-arm sophomore quarterback. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. Third and long, backed up inside their 20. From the gun, wants to pass. Caught in the backfield, it's Ball. They'll stop him at the 24, and that brings up fourth down. And the Buckeyes come to the line in the hurry-up. Motion from the back. On fourth down, trying to find his man. Big man has it. It's a first down 4. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. The Buckeyes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Fires to the tight end. He stopped at the 48, a pickup of 10 on the play.
That's a great sign for this offense, man. Everything's been difficult so far. You've dug yourself a huge hole. They're going to have to find some completions, find some energy, find some momentum somehow, because it's been a struggle out the gates.
And there's an example of what happens when the quarterback doesn't have a chance to set his feet. The pressure just forced him to have to work off schedule a little bit. And I think because of that, wasn't able to be as accurate as he wanted to be.
And he will wisely throw it to the kid playing the tuba.
A nice job by the quarterback there. You're outside the pocket, nobody's open, so you throw the ball away knowing that you still have more chances to get this first down.
On third and long, trying to convert through the air. Trying to get behind the defense. Hits him in stride inside the 10. Touchdown, Ohio State. All that baby in and then stroll into the end zone for the score.
Man, nice job getting the passing game going. This is big, man. Going into the half, and listen, I know you're trailing, but build some momentum. Maybe this second half we can keep airing the football out, cutting into this deficit, and who knows what the heck will happen.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. Right down the boulevard. They put pressure, coming on a touchdown pass from 52 yards out. What kind of field position can he help them with on the return? Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. They'll get this drive going from the 17. They'll run the RPO and put it to the right. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. They're dealing with a second and long. He'll do it himself. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a...
Makes the catch down the right side. The freshman brought down after bringing that one in. The offense setting up shop at the 46, first and 10. Grab behind the line, it's Wilson. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play.
Well, give the defense credit on that one, because they knew coming into this one that they were going to try to get this receiver the ball in a variety of ways. They were ready for the screen there, and they create a negative play.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. The offense burns its third and final timeout of the half. The horseshoe is rocking, trying to help their defense on third down. Back to pass, it's Bagway. Oh, they're after him. And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. And the Gators will punt it away on fourth down. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. On his way back from the 20. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Man, oh man, did that coverage team have its hands full. Well, not full, because they didn't get a hand on him for quite a while. Great return there. Waning seconds of the first half. Let's see just how aggressive they'll be. Wants to throw on first down. He'll take a shot.
Great execution on that drive. That is exactly what you need. You took almost all of the time, and you cut into this lead. Now you're about to go into the half, get everybody excited, use that momentum to start the second half.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. That's the kind of drive everybody loves. So see quarterback, one snap, put it in the end zone. On the move from inside his 5. They make the stop on the return, and that is priority one. You don't want some big return to give up a cheap touchdown on the final play of the half. That's going to wrap up the first half here. Now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Fellas, looks like we've got a great one going down in Columbus today. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today. And with that, we send it back to the guys in the shoe.
All right, Kevin, about ready to get things cranked back up here. The Buckeyes will kick it off to start the second half. Let's see if he can make a play on the return. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. Opening play of this drive comes from the 13-yard line. He'll pull it on the read. Shakes off the defender. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. So much for the idea of halftime settling down this crowd. They are ready to roll in the second half. Squeezes ahead for a couple. They'll get it out to the 9. Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. Makes the grab. It's far. It's loose. Defense scoops it up, and he's headed the other way.
You know, oftentimes when we're playing in conditions like this and it's raining, you'll see a lot of the skill players offensively take off the gloves because they want to be able to feel the football. They think it gives them better control of it. I don't know if that played into the football going on the ground there, but you know that ball security is going to be one of the biggest factors in this game moving forward.
The inside handoff. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Yeah, what a great job by the defense. You got to understand, it's physical time, right? They want to run the football when they start getting inside the 5. Nice job getting penetration, getting the tackle for the loss.
To the air, it's Sayin. Rushes on him. And the incomplete pass on third down, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's about. They'll decline that penalty. Obviously very happy with the results of the play. They've already gone for it a couple of times on fourth down, converted once. Looks as if they'll try a third. Unleashes to the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State. And the short pass to put the 6 on the board.
How about that drive they just put together to tie this football game? That is exactly what we talked about in the half. Like, coaches circled them up. First drive, set the tone, tie this ball game up. That is great execution out of halftime.
Yeah, David, it looked like they really had a good plan, too. Obviously made some adjustments there at halftime, things that they would come out and try to attack this defense with, and it looks like they found something here, and that is a perfect way to start the second half. Now an opportunity here to take it.
Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. To the air on first down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Livingston. And they pick up just a few on that completion. Oh, they dial up on second and a long way to go. Back to pass. And that pass will be jarred loose on second down and brings up third down. We'll see if the offense can move the change after that incompletion. On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Took care of it himself. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down, and he slides in safely.
And on the third play of the drive, third down, it's the scrambling ability of this quarterback that goes and picks up the first down. He was so calm back there. He never got flustered. Nobody open, no problem. If you give this guy 1 yard to run, he's going to tuck it and take off, and that's exactly what happened there.
The Gators in a good spot here with second and short. Caught over the middle. It's Livingston. And he gets the first down, but man, did he get the hit stick laid on his noggin. The Gators are on the move. Keeping it on the ground with the single back.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Caught in the backfield. It's Wilson. And the defense had that well covered, just a short gain there.
This quarterback right now is in the groove, and he's doing a nice job in he's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's what...
There he goes. They've got enough for the first down, and they're in the red zone at the 20. And the Gators come to the line with a new set of downs.
defensive linemen to try to move him out of the way to get a run game going. It squarely falls.
And the rush will be going at the 25. And this crowd loves a good pass rusher. In line, Chase Young, the closest. Jim still wagging. The Buckeyes can get after the quarterback.
Yeah, and when the crowd's going nuts like it does in the shoe, it just makes it easier to rush the pass. The snap count is silent. It's predictable. And then you pin your ears back. And that's why they've had so many great pass rushers at Ohio State.
And this field goal team has been busy. This kicker comes out for the third time tonight. This whole place going to see if this kicker can operate in the sea of noise. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Right, guys, got a final score on one of the more intriguing games this week. Kansas State looked like a serious force in what can only be described as a dominant win. This is a program that's won before, and they might just add some more hardware before this year is out. All that speculation all week, and now we know. But something tells me, fellas, we haven't heard the last of either of these teams.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. And they get him on the ground, and that'll probably do it for the third quarter. Big catches, big plays, tons of yards through three quarters for these two guys. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. After swapping ends in the field, they gave him a little time to figure out how they'll open the final period here on third down. On the run, still looking. The throw. Makes the grab. It's Tate. He gets it out to the 28-yard line. Not enough to pick up the first down. And the Buckeyes send out the punt unit. He'll settle for some pretty good field position and make the fair catch at around the 35. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Jesse, they had to kick a field goal the last time they had it.
And oftentimes early in games, you're just trying to find your rhythm. Some things work, some don't on that first drive, David. It'd be interesting to see what happens here on the second drive.
Yeah, you got a feel for the defense now. You understand what they're trying to do, what their game plan is. Now you get to go into phase two of your game plan.
Back to throw. It's Ragway. Puts it out of the air. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. Big third down as the crowd gets behind this defense. They'll try to run for it. Just nowhere to go against this defense to find that single yard he needed on third down. The Gators will punt this one away. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Just needs a crack to get a return. They'll get him corralled and down at about the 19-yard line. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They're in a precarious spot here, that lofty perch in the rankings, hanging in the balance unless they can do something to save themselves here. He'll do it himself on the draw. Just gets it to the 28, pickup of one. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Wants to go up top. Just a bit of a misfire there as they can't make the connection. They couldn't connect on second down. Now staring at a 3rd and 9. From the gun, wants to pass. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. They finally get to him. A lot of play there to pick up the first down. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know.
And they are fortunate to avoid the turnover as the fumble goes out of bounds. And it looks as if they buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. So the officials take a closer look, and the replay booth will overturn the call. The Buckeyes with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Looking for a man. It's Sayed. Fires to the big play. He's brought down, and it'll be enough for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. From the gun to give, looking for room. And how about the efficiency on that one? It'll bring up 2nd and 4. The Buckeyes with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Gets the back moving. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Got it behind the line. It's defense. Stop just inside the 25. We'll mark it at the 24. Pickup of 10 and a first down.
Nice job by the running back catching the football and understanding where the first down marker was. I got to go get that first down. Did a nice job of it.
He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here. And the Buckeyes can really attack on this 2nd and short. Toss to the outside. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Already in field goal range, but now trying to convert this 3rd and long from the 20. From the gun, wants to pass. Pressure coming. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34. Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is looking for a play to close this deal out. It's a one-scored game late, and they've got to go for it on 4th down. Steps away to find some room. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection. Looking to throw on first down. That's caught. It's ball. Oh, what a move to get room. Timeout called there by the defense. Desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. They came out hot on this drive. One play and already near midfield. They'll run it, trying to drain time off the clock. Stop behind the line of scrimmage. Try to put a little move on him, and it didn't help much. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Looking for space. It's Jackson. Fights off a defender. He's pushed out of bounds inside the 40 at the 38, and these guys are on the move. The Gators have it with a 1st and 10. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. We've got a timeout on the field, a tight game in the 4th, and the Brain Trust will go to work. Snagged in the middle. It's Wilson. He's got enough for the first down, and that ought to do it. They ought to be able to run out the clock from here. And they'll take a knee.
And out of all the plays you wanted called in game 1, this is the one. You wanted the victory formation, take a knee, you know this ball game's up.
Not all close games are created equal, but this one, man, what a ride. A matchup between a couple of ranked teams, and certainly it was a memorable one.
No doubt about it. I think there were a lot of eyeballs watching this game, not just fans of these two teams, but people maybe outside of conference affiliation looking in, because this is a ranked matchup. So when you get this win, this is huge in the eyes of the committee with respect to the college football playoff. This win just means more.
I was thinking the exact same thing. Like, for the college football playoff picture, how big is it to get a big win, a ranked win, who now you're probably going to be matched up head-to-head with who's better, who's going to make the playoff. Big feather in the cap, big day for them.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.